Hey guys, it is Karle Gwen. If you know me from Ladies of Metal, it is Gwen Anastasia. How's it going? I'm so excited to bring you guys this interview with Stray from the Path. So they're one of my favorite bands. I've been listening to them for, I feel like, over a decade at this point, which seems like a long time as we're looking to 2020, just trying to think of like what I was doing a decade ago. And it was listening to Stray from the Path. So they're from Long Island, New York. I'm from Philly originally. So they said at the show last night that Philly was one of like the first places that they originally branched out to as a band outside of New York State. So I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, Philly represent. So it was awesome. It was a great show, of course. They're on tour with Counterparts right now, one of my favorite bands of all time. So of course I had a great time, but I did get to go backstage and hang out with Tom and Craig from Stray from the Path. So if you guys are a fan of the band, or if you don't know anything about this band, stick around for this interview. It is just the audio version. I did upload it to our Ladies of Metal podcast, but I wanted to bring the audio to YouTube as well, because why not? So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I'll put all the links in the description box below so you can check out Stray from the Path and their brand new record, Internal Atomics. All right, guys. So first we're going to talk about the new record, which just came out like 3 weeks ago. I've been digging it. It's been like on repeat in my car. Sick. Internal Atomics. So do we have like a reason why you guys named it that? Is there like kind of connected to like the overarching concept of the record or not?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Yes.
It is.
All right, let's hear it.
I've heard you say this better than me, though.
So you want me to do it?
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Okay.
I'm like a little parrot.
Okay.
A little English parrot, like a pirate thing.
Sure.
Yeah, talking, and then I sort of just...
He's like
You like pop in.
He's more of like a wrestling manager. I don't know if you watch wrestling or anyone watches
Paul
wrestling,
Bearer.
but it's like, yeah, Paul Bearer, I'm Undertaker. Even though technically,
Oh my God.
technically, if we're going by build, it should be the other way around.
Sure,
but it's all good.
sure.
It's all good. Anyway, so being Undertaker. Anyway.
Yes.
So a lot of the record was inspired about a trip we all took to Africa this summer.
What?
So we went with a foundation called Hardcore Help Foundation.
Okay.
And he is in Germany. He's this guy. He's a fucking absolute sweetheart. His name's Rico.
Okay.
And he goes to Africa and he helps provide clean water for people in Africa, because it's a huge problem. Like they literally can't get clean water. They're constantly getting sick. Like it's crazy. So we did a thing where us and a couple other bands like Architects, Stick to Your Guns, a bunch of other bands.
That's
They all
awesome.
did a shirt together called the Clean Water Project, where every shirt sold was 20 euros, and every shirt sold bought a water filter for a family. So we put that up. It sold like 600 shirts in like a week.
Sure.
600 water filters. So we went, we met him at a show, and we said we wanted to go, and he's like, yes, we're going. So we went with
Awesome.
him, and we did 100 water filters to literally a fucking village in Kenya.
Whoa.
And
Nakuru?
No, Nakuru was the actions. So
so
we're
it was
in
outside Nairobi.
It's in Nairobi, yeah. So,
Okay.
So we're in Nairobi. We're in the fields. There's 100 families show up. We show them how to put it together. We give everyone that. Like, they teach them about hygiene and how it's important. And all the while, he makes like these little trips of like giving like people that are handicapped like wheelchairs. Like, the guy is a fucking saint.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we met him, and then he also introduced us to someone. His name is Ross. He started a foundation called Actions Not Words, and what they did was, there's a village in Kenya called Nakuru. It's like an hour away. This is a long version of this answer, by the way.
That's
but
okay.
It's important. That's why I always
gotta
say.
know.
Why I got him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we go to Nakuru, and we meet Ross, and he has a foundation called Actions Not Words, which we also named the song off of that.
Yes.
So what he does is, there is in Nakuru, there is a garbage dump. Literally a garbage dump, where I think about 1,000 people live.
Oh
and
my
their
God.
houses are made of garbage. They live amongst pigs and dogs.
Whoa.
And they literally spend all of their days looking through the garbage for things that they could use or eat or whatever.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the kids are doing that, and then they're eating from the garbage, and they're getting sick, and then they don't go to school, and it's just a constant cycle. So what
Right.
Ross does is he takes kids from the garbage dump, and he puts them into a boarding school where they get clean clothes, 4 meals a day, education, friends, healthcare.
Whoa.
It's fucking heavy.
That's amazing.
So, and another thing that I like to add, again, because this is a long question one, and
That's
it's
okay.
30 minutes. But we went with our booking agent, and his name is Nanook, and he's an angel, and he has been sponsoring a child with actions not words for 8 years.
Whoa.
And so we're with him, and we go, so once after the garbage dump, he takes us to the school where he brings these kids. And it's straight up out of a goddamn movie. And it's like, we literally get there with our booking agent, he sees the girl that he sponsors, they run into each other's arms, he's picking her up, they're both crying.
Oh my God.
And we're sitting there and we're just like, God damn it!
Holy
like, fuck me.
crap!
So
right?
we're seeing all these kids. These kids are seeing us. They're like this. They're touching our tattoos and shit. And it was just like a fucking arc of like a fucking story. Anyway, so Ross left his life in Northern Ireland to do this, and Rico gives his whole life to do this. And we were like, it's kind of eye-opening for us to be like, we could be better. You can be better.
Of course.
All these motherfuckers can be better. And you know, and a lot of it is that we look up to people like that. And we're not saying that to be better and to have a better world, you need to, stop, ladies of metal, wrap it up,
yeah,
you gotta go to Africa.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not that. However, it is like, you know, a start of just taking care of the people next to you and making sure that, you know, again, if you don't look into your neighbor's bowl to see if they have more than you look to make sure that they have enough. And like that's the kind of like mindset that we took leaving Africa.
Right.
And internal atomics is to the fucking question.
Sure.
Internal atomics is that everyone is capable of doing this.
And it starts with you, within you.
Sure.
Everything's made of atoms. People are made of atoms. Energy within, internal atomics.
And the actual definition is, and we put it on the back of the record, is the use of energy to create power.
I love that.
And that's a way we could start to move forward and just start changing things, because shit sucks.
Yeah,
you know,
things are not great.
And then,
fucking period.
Yes, I love that. Especially, I mean, Africa is like an extreme case of like people that really need your help, but like that's really great. It's a nice nod to like people need help here too.
The thing is, we're in this garbage dump, and I'm literally walking in ankle deep of pig shit everywhere I go. In Converse Chuck Taylors.
Sure.
I'm not saying because you ruined my Chuck Taylors, but because I'm in canvas shoes.
Yeah.
That have holes on
you
the
did
side.
Put them in a bin. I just watch you.
Right.
Yeah. So you know, but while I'm doing this, we're getting followed around by these two kids, and they're having the fucking time of their life.
I'm sure.
They don't know any better. And me, like, you know, if I, you know, get to Shake Shack and they close, I'm like, fuck my life. Kill
Exactly.
me. And that is, so it makes you take moments like that and be like, maybe I shouldn't be such a cock about
right.
this. You know what I mean?
It's like first world problems.
Exactly.
We have to be more mindful about that.
We talk a lot about that too. So.
Yes.
But again, this is more of a like, instead of fuck this, it's more of a like, all right, this sucks. How can we change
How
this?
can we
What
fix
can we do
it?
this together?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And stop complaining, start fixing. I love that.
Exactly.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, I'm like super stoked on this record. It's probably my favorite Stray record.
Thank
which
you.
like I feel like every record you put out is like my new favorite one, so I think you're doing something right.
You know what?
Isn't
That's
that the
what
point?
It's supposed to be.
Yes.
Some people are like, oh yeah, I prefer the old stuff. It's like, well, you
It's
know
like-
what? Actually, we were trying to get worse. So.
Yeah. You can't just like listen to Damien for the rest of your life.
You know what though? But like, not to cut you
Song
off.
rich.
Sure.
But,
Yes.
I mean,
It's great.
Damien is awesome, but you know, like, I've seen a lot of people say that, and you know, and I've watched people say that they didn't like Only Death Is Real, which I was like, really?
How?
You know, unless you're a right-wing white supremacist,
Well,
I understand.
yes.
But, you know, and then people even saying like, oh, Subliminal Criminals was okay, and I was like, I love that one too. This one, it was cool that I've kind of seen across the board that it's been everyone's favorite, and it's my favorite
Yes.
too. It took like the chaotic stuff that we've done in the past, and like the more flowy rage kind of stuff that we did in the last couple records, and it kind of made it all one cohesive thing.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that. 'cause
yes,
it's
of
mine
course.
too. You know, and like we finished it for 6 months, and I sit there and every day I'm like, I'm driving like this record fucking rules, and then the next day I'm like, this record sucks.
Oh, no.
Oh, I want to kill myself. And then the next day I'm like, actually, it's not that bad. And then like you don't know until November 1st, and then
Yes.
people are like loving it. You're like, thank God, because last time we put out a new song, everyone said they wanted to murder me.
Great. That's what you want
ahead,
to
I'm
hear.
sorry.
Quite
That's
literally.
great.
Quite
Yeah. So this record I think is super catchy. I don't know if you guys try to do like a different formula or something, but like what I sort of noticed is maybe it's a little less political. Maybe.
Still there.
No, it's still there.
So here's the thing. So we wanted it to. We focused more on it. So and I always do this too. So you're gonna hear me repeat stuff. But anyway. So
I've
heard this 10 times this week.
I listen to, Bulls on Parade by Rage when I'm 13.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? I'm just like, this song's cool.
Like, it sounds
And then
cool.
I find out, like, when I'm 22 what it's about.
Right.
So I think we kind of took that approach, you know what I mean? Because, like, we put out Fortune Teller, and people are like, oh, it's kind of less political or whatever. And I'm like, it's not, but it just sounds fun and it's more inclusive.
Yeah.
Like we're like Fire Walk with Me.
Yes.
Like we don't answer to anyone. Like, we want it to be more of a like it's us
It's
and
like
everyone.
a community.
But it's in there.
But it's in there,
It's a metaphor, the whole thing, but it's less like on the nose.
Right.
If like everyone was like gearing up, like I can't wait for them to go for Trump again. It's like Only Death Is Real really went for him.
Yeah.
Right.
That still exists.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
can't put out another album on that.
Can't do it again.
You can talk about the problems that he's created and the problems that are still there, but we've been, I would say, without sounding weird, I would say it's more poetic.
Yeah.
Without calling myself a poet, but I'm a fucking poet.
I
you
mean,
know what I mean?
like let's just go there. That's fine. But even like Fortune Teller, you got that like cool little riffy thing, right? So maybe people
really
like,
know.
I love it.
I
I'm
like
like,
when they give you the
I'm
little
like-
hint of like I actually listen to the record.
yes, like I'm like a creepy, like
no,
I'm
don't
so
be.
obsessed.
You're gonna
But
sing.
like that, I feel like people are maybe like listening to that instead of being like, what's this song really about?
You know
It's
what?
like,
Exactly. That song.
Right?
I'll tell you this. That song was written in 20 minutes, and
What?
it was written because, and we just had. Like the drum beat,
Right.
And I literally just sat there. And Will was across from me, and everyone's just watching me play guitar. And I just went like, and then I just went, literally, it was like, let's
so
hit record,
good.
hit record, honestly. And then
And
the verses we had that for a minute because
we had that, but that was in
a
1
horrible
minute.
song. Yeah, but it was a horrible. Remember that song we originally wrote with that verse?
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Oh,
but we had the
no.
verse of da-den, da-den, da-den with the crazy jump thing.
Oh, so
Da-den,
good.
like that. So we're like, yo, let's put that in there. We need to get that in somewhere. And it was like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're like, all right, that's it.
Like, this
We
sounds
need a
good.
breakdown. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then,
Oh.
there you go. That's how we write songs.
So great.
Done.
I love it.
Yeah.
In like so little words.
Yeah.
Just a lot of diggity do.
A lot of dig it is.
And then spent 3 days on a track 10.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, the track 10 wanted to
Perfect.
die.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you guys did put out Fortune Teller, Actions Not Words, and Kickback as
Yes,
singles.
correct.
Yeah. So Kickback was like next level for me because I'm such a big Counterparts fan. So to see like Brendan Murphy on this track was so cool. And so like, did you guys know that you wanted him on the record, or like how did he get to be a part of this song?
We normally, there's a bit of, like last record, we were like, we need Vinny Paz on this record.
Yeah,
so
sure.
we're like, let's get him. This one was just kind of, it was literally up in the air, and we had this part, and I guess we were kind of stuck on it. And then what the song is about, which I won't say specifically who it's about.
Yes.
But it's about someone that he also fucking hates.
Great.
So we were like, hey, this song's about this fucking guy. You fucking hate this guy. Here's your part. And he was like, all right, cool, leave the room.
Great.
He's like, leave the room, give me 30 minutes. I was like, all right, he came back in his underwear and his shirt. He's
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
no shoes on, just like, all right, I'm good. We're like, you're good? He's like, yeah, let's record it. And he just fucking
Now
recorded it.
that
Oh my
guy's
God.
a poet.
Yeah,
That
he's
is
a
Oh my
fucking
God.
He writes some
Listen.
actual, and that's what's cool. We when we have guest vocalists, we want them to write their part. You know,
Yeah.
it's like them contributing. So you have our like trying to cash your reality check because you're tucking at the side of your neck, and then you
Right.
have his a cure collected from the hands of the immune.
Like
I'm
a fucking professor.
Oh,
yeah, I was like,
course.
we don't. So I like
Oh.
you're getting a completely different lyrical content there.
Yeah.
That
completely.
we couldn't get away with.
No, fuck no. We wouldn't even. Who would even think to write that?
Through
Yeah.
singing that part, which just wouldn't
Sure.
work.
Yeah.
I was wondering that if Brendan like wrote his own part or if you
He
guys
did,
had
man.
it. That's so
He
cool.
did, and Matt Honeycutt from Kubla Khan, he wrote his own part as well.
Yes,
So.
which it was so cool to see him on this record because
Yeah.
I feel like Kubla Khan is maybe like eventually getting into this like big part of the scene, but
They're
they're so
coming up.
like understated.
Yeah,
like, or
but they're on their way up.
underrated.
They're on their way up. They're going to be doing it. That
so
band,
good.
they are
Yeah.
so good, and they do a style of music that is so played out, and they do it so goddamn good.
Right.
And Matt is like one of the best frontman, best vocalists, like so good. So
Yeah.
great guys, great band. Their new record, Absolute, fucking rules. Like they're on the upswing for sure.
For sure.
Like to me, they put out a bunch of records before Nomad that I personally didn't care about. Like, I was just like, whatever, I've heard it before.
Yeah.
And then they put Nomad out, and I didn't even care then, but their producer, Randy, who's a good friend of ours, he's like, no, listen to this song. He puts the hammer on, and I'm like...
Oh, man.
I was like,
it rips.
What am I missing
yeah.
here? I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. And now they're, like, real good friends of ours. Again, we have Matt on there, and, like, we're doing Australia with them. Like, we love them.
Yeah.
A year ago to the day, we were in Philadelphia with KubaCon here.
This whole tour is like the same day.
Same day.
Yes.
A year later.
I think I got that on Facebook Memories today. Because I think I was like, really? Yeah. Okay, great. I'm seeing them tonight. That's awesome.
Very sick.
And then, do you guys have like a favorite song on the record, or like a song that you would be like, you guys should listen to this, and it kind of wraps up the whole record?
I don't know about wraps up the whole record, but if I see like a civilian that like, what does your band sound like? Let me put it on. I go, put Fortune Teller on. No cursing.
Right.
It's just 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Sure.
If you like this, you like the band. If you don't like it, you don't like the band.
Right.
And it's just, it gives you everything that we got in one thing. And I guess I would say it's my favorite song too. But I really love Kickback.
I think it's everyone's favorite song because that
Fortune Teller
usually that
or
becomes
Kickback?
the single.
The favorite song becomes the single.
First single favorite song.
Yeah,
Even
that
Will
makes
as
sense.
well. It was just once we wrote that, it was like, that's the first single.
Yeah.
I would say Second Death is probably
now that we're playing it,
favorite.
we just started playing it as of Chicago,
Whoa.
and now we're all just like, we love it. It's so
Oh my
fun.
God.
And even like Chamber, like they came with us yet today. Mike came to me and he goes, "You played a song that I haven't heard before at Baltimore." I was like, "Oh,
Just got
Second
that
Death."
breakdown, and
He
they
goes,
love that
he's
shit.
like, "We were behind the bass cab watching your show in Baltimore, and we all looked at each other like, holy fuck." And I was like, "Yeah, baby, let's go." And it's like cool because like those are like, you know, Chamber.
Very
It's
heavy
Chamber.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
they got
like-
that cred.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I really hope you guys are playing Kickback.
We
That's
are.
my favorite song.
And Brendan will be
And
there.
I
Brendan will be
knew it.
there.
I was like, Brendan's got to come out. And when they do that bullshit part and the
Yeah,
breakdown,
you're in there?
oh my God,
I
I'm
better
gonna
see
be
you.
in that pit.
I better see
I'm
you
gonna be
there.
in that pit. Yeah. So thank you guys so much. This is awesome.
Hell yeah.
And then what are you guys doing the rest of this year? Like, what's next after this tour?
So much.
When is
Just
this airing? When's this
a
airing?
million.
When's this airing?
Later this week, probably.
Okay,
Like Friday.
so I won't reveal. I can't reveal.
Yeah, don't reveal.
So we go to do our biggest tour we've ever done in our career, headlining
Yes.
in England. We're close.
That's badass. Okay.
We're doing.
My mum and dad will be there.
We're doing an 800 capacity venue in London.
Damn.
Biggest show we've ever headlined. Which I know that maybe that's not like what other bands do, but for us that's a big deal.
That's so
honestly,
great.
our whole UK tour is on pace to sell out, which again is like a
Holy
fucking
crap.
dream come true.
Yeah,
honestly.
of course.
Then we go to Europe. We're still headlining. We have Loathe on that. Gideon, Devil Wears Prada. Then we go home for 2 weeks for Christmas, New Year's.
Nice.
Australia and Southeast Asia with KubaCon. And then we get 3 months off because we literally have been
Holy
Japan,
crap.
America, Canada, England, Europe, 2 weeks off, and then Australia.
my
So like
God.
when bands go, "Oh, I'm on tour till Christmas," we are on tour
Literally,
until Christmas. You know,
yes.
We're on tour
for so long.
winter.
The
Yeah, literally all of
winter.
winter.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we come back to the States in April and May, which
Yes.
we'll hear about soon. We just announced Epicenter Festival, which we're playing with fucking Deftones, my favorite band,
Oh my
Metallica,
God.
his
Oh
favorite
Oh
band,
my God.
my least favorite band.
Gojira.
Now, hang on.
Gojira,
Oh,
one of my
Gojira's
favorite
sick.
bands.
A collective favorite.
Oh, so
So
good.
it's like honestly, like normally we do festivals and we get like the worst day, and then like it's like, oh, we're playing. It's like Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're headlining, and then like our friends are like, oh, we play the next day. It's Slipknot and
Right,
Tool
yeah.
and
Oh, man.
Zach De La Rocha's coming to like shake our hands, and I'm like, oh, awesome, good for you, motherfucker.
This is our luck.
I'm gonna punish so many people that we never get asked back. I'm gonna be like, oh,
Great.
Lars Ulrich, come here. Oh, you're the reason I play drums. Bye.
Bye.
And then I'll just be like, can that band never play again?
Yeah.
Fuck
But it was worth it.
Whatever, fuck you. No, I'm
Right.
joking. I love you. Thank you for that.
Yes. Oh my God. Well, how exciting.
Very exciting.
Well, I can't wait to see what this spring tour is for the States.
Yeah, I'll tell you when you say
So-
when you press stop.
Yeah. All right,
think you'll-
cool.
I think you'll like
We'll
it.
keep that secret. All right. Well, thanks, guys, so much. This is awesome.
Thank
and
you.
Good luck on the rest of your tour.
Thank
you.
All right.